All right, so it's that time of year, Meg. We are opening up registration for Summer Grit.
Yes, very exciting. Memorial Day, which is Monday. What is the actual date this year? The 27th of May. We will be opening registration at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We have limited quantities of the Asics singlet that we'll be giving out this year. They're very cool. So if you want your size and you want one, definitely set your alarms.
Yeah, and we're going to be giving away, there's grand prizes from Asics and Running Warehouse. There's weekly shoe giveaways, 2 shoes a week.
Yep.
And we're going to do a golden ticket prize.
What does that mean?
There's going to be a special surprise. We're not going to announce it yet. It's going to be above and beyond the normal prizes.
So watch out for it.
Yeah, that we think people will enjoy.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Get in as fast as you can. Set your alarm for 9 a.m. Eastern for Memorial Day, which is what date, Meg?
May 27th.
And let's do this. Let's have some fun. And we will be throwing a party July 1st with Charm City Run and Tribe and Asics. That should be a ton of fun if you're in the Baltimore area.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we hope you all join us.
Hey, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run. I'm caught up in wires.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
This is Carl with Believe in the Run.
Carl's back.
Here. Why do we have Carl here, Meg?
To help Robbie with the wires, mainly.
Yeah. What other reason should he be here?
I'm like knocking in things. I feel like
He was with us this weekend at the RBC Brooklyn Half.
28,000 runners.
Yeah, we got to talk about it.
RBC is different than RC, like the cola brand.
Yeah, I think it's Royal Bank of Canada. Or something.
Also different than RC, what they used to call their shoes. But now they do have RC shorts, and this is all New Balance that we're referring to.
Okay.
Very, very confusing. We love New Balance, but the naming system is bonkers.
You're right. It is a Canadian. So have we been invaded by Canada?
No, I think that actually it's a reverse invasion to London. Because I think RBC does a lot of like the London Marathon and stuff.
What? Is that true?
I didn't realize that Canada had that much money. They could start a bank.
I saw a thing that Canada has a problem with
Royal
real
Bank.
estate. Do you know that the most expensive part of building a house in Canada and the houses in Canada are the like most expensive in the world is because of all the taxation.
Oh,
60% of the cost of a house is just taxes and permits.
what?
Yeah.
That's why you need representation.
I mean, I'm basing this off of TikTok real life.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I probably
Fact check
Source.
that.
I believe
bro.
that because they have, but that I'm assuming that goes a lot towards their universal health care and things like that. I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Probably.
Yeah, I would just think it would be cheaper because there's so much timber up there. You just build a house.
That's what
wherever
they
you
said.
want.
They said we've got the most wood.
Yeah.
We've got the most labor. Like they have all the stuff.
You have a bank.
Yeah. Speaking of Instagram, though, I saw that our buddy Herm Runs purchased himself the Jazzercise. So
Oh,
get
geez.
ready.
No way, did he?
Kicking it off.
Because
All
at
right.
first I thought they sent it to him for free, and I was going to get really upset. But he's like, no, dude, he paid his own greenbacks for
Oh
that.
yeah.
It's upsetting, honestly.
It's
You're just afraid there's going to be too many attractive men walking around. I
That's
get it.
not my concern.
It's gonna look like a comic book world by the time Jazzercise is done with it.
Oh, gosh.
Just
I mean, can you imagine his chiseled jaw with
it
that
doesn't
mustache?
work. You guys just look like morons using it.
no, it works.
It
for
definitely
sure.
works. My face has changed. You just don't
We need to.
look.
I guess we do have before and after pictures of you. We need Herms to do one though.
No, T wouldn't take them.
But we have
No,
like,
I
like pictures
generally
from last
have
time.
photos.
there's photos of him existing.
Yeah, but that's like have you seen those Instagrams where they're like, I lost 100 pounds and it's like not the same person?
you're in
Wait, you're saying it's not the same person?
No, I'm saying like there's angles and stuff. Like you can make something look better.
Fluorescent bathroom light with your jaw. right after
I'm
you
wearing a turtleneck.
right after you drank 6 beers and are bloated.
The thing works.
Turtleneck.
I don't understand why you're so against it. It's not like when you get on the exercise bike, I'm like, those 3-pound weights aren't doing shit.
You could tell me that, and that would be fair.
I think you just did.
I wouldn't because they work.
No, they're talking about doing like exercise routines together.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We're gonna get together and lift.
Oh,
and
yeah.
jazzercise together. Wipe down the machines. You know how it goes.
Now, do they have what's the thing that everyone got into during the pandemic that they sold? Oh,
Sourdough.
No, yeah, that
Pelotons.
Peloton. Do they have Peloton coaches for jazzercise?
Oh, Jesus.
That's a lucrative
That would be
business.
amazing.
Thomas
to have
and Alex
Bex-
will be the first
No,
two.
we'll have Bex
Oh.
on sitting there. It's hard to talk though, and jazzercise, so she'll have to yell at you in between.
Is that a
reps.
famous?
Bex Gentry is a Peloton instructor.
Nice.
Who we met this weekend at the RBC half?
Brooklyn Half. There
You
you,
know
go.
what? I can't say it. You're not supposed to say marathon because it's not in the name. It's just the Brooklyn half.
Oh, because there's a conflicting race that has that in the name.
I think it's just because they're
Oh,
like,
actually.
oh, that
Probably.
might be it.
Is Bex a guy or girl? It's hard to.
It's a
Female.
woman.
Oh, okay. Because it could be like
I accidentally-
Beck, the artist, is a guy.
So I'm gonna flex here a little bit. We got into a VIP area before the race, and Bex was there, and me, who never says anything incorrectly or puts his foot in his mouth, says, "Oh, you're bigger than I thought you'd be from seeing you online."
You said that.
So
What I
she-
meant by is she's tall.
She's also the co-host
Very
of the
good, very
Set the
good.
Pace podcast with New York Roadrunners, which we did before we went down
right,
there.
right.
So we had met her like online, if you will.
Okay.
And she looked like a less tall person.
She's
Sure.
very petite, but I guess she's taller than Thomas expected.
I
Anyway.
think, yeah, I think a lot of people, they never tell me that, but I think maybe one person told me that I'm the opposite.
That you're smaller.
Because I think on camera, like when in photos, because I'm taller than you, Meg. And
Yeah,
then
you're
on-
welcome.
On camera, it doesn't look as much of a difference. I think I'm a lot shorter than people realize.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think whenever you see someone on camera, you just automatically think they're
fit into a
taller
screen.
than they are.
Or I
Yeah.
just like a box.
Anyways, I'm 4'1".
Did you listen? Did you?
What does that make me? Like 3'5"?
Yeah, you're basically a gnome.
We make chocolate in a factory.
We have a tree out back that they're making cookies. But did you listen to the Set the Pace podcast?
I didn't even realize I went to check the.
Okay, don't, because I compliment you and you'll probably. I know you don't like compliments.
I'm gonna have to just to give me the marker so I can fast forward.
Soundbite.
Minute 24.
I didn't realize that it was a live podcast, like that was going out,
And that they
on
allowed Thomas to do it.
yeah, on our end. So I just saw it today actually that it was up.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. That's the panel we did. We can get into the whole Brooklyn weekend.
Why don't I know anything?
But the
after?
Set the Pace podcast we recorded before we went up to New York.
Oh, that
was
one.
with
Yeah. Okay.
New York Roadrunners. It was with Rob, who's the CEO.
Right.
What's his last name? Man?
Rob, it's a hard to say last name.
Caught you on the
Watch
fly
it,
there.
Smith.
No, it's not.
I had it here. Oh, that's my name. I looked up NYRR and it
It's like, see, like how do
Weird
you
review.
how do you pronounce that?
Ooh, that I do not know.
Let me see it. I'll tell you because I talked to
yeah, that's a Norwegian,
Yeah, that's-
Swedish something.
I'm
He
like,
said it. We should know by now, but it's a crazy spelling. I believe it's not that
me see
crazy to say.
Yeah, the consonants are doing a lot of heavy lifting in that name.
Simliker or something like that. I don't know.
Anyway, Rob is the CEO of the New York
You should
Roadrunners.
probably know how to say his last name.
Yeah.
It's
Might be nice, yeah.
Shout out to Ted Matella. So we got that one down.
Anyways, so yeah, you guys went up there. I will listen to that podcast. What's the name of it again?
Set the Pace is the New York.
The problem
Roadrunners.
is that you guys are on all those emails, and I never actually know what's happening. So I'm just
I don't like that Salomon has taken Megan off the emails for our trip because
the Golden Trail?
It's basically if I was
It's
like
the Wild West.
she is my
actually.
guide dog. Like if I was a blind person, I need that.
if we actually get there, it'll be a shock.
I did book all of the travel, so like I know, and I have all your confirmations and, the spreadsheet.
I think
so
we're
I have all
switching
of
it up
that.
from one big van, Robbie, to 2 cars, so that when you leave, I still have a car.
kinda
And
wanted to-
Carl
road trip, little
and
mini road
I
trip.
can drive around.
I kind of wanted to drive a big van back to the airport, and what back to the airport I mean across the country, and not tell you.
We're driving home today, kids.
Solomon tour with Robbie.
Yeah, relive the glory days.
I missed my flight.
I still think the A6 van should have been a cross country tour with us. It would have been insane.
It kind of was. We just didn't take the van. They
They're like,
drove it.
we live in that thing.
No,
Let
that's
us
where-
live in there.
He's going back. We watched when Robbie and I first talked about this idea. Who's the guy, Robbie, who did that?
Casey Neistat?
Yeah, Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
He actually did they gave him a lump sum of money, and he just was like, "I'm going to go on a tour." And
He
go
did
every
like the
place.
around the world thing with,
Yeah.
because Nike, he was the
I
first
do
person.
remember
He was like
that.
the first person to do a real like out of the box promo on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As an influencer. What was
It
it?
was
It
pretty
was a
rad.
Nike app, like a fitness app or watch it was a watch, I think.
And he went around.
And they
Yeah.
gave him 80 grand in budget, and he just like spent it traveling around the world, and it was like a huge viral hit.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He
Yeah.
does. He's got those electric skateboards.
He wears sunglasses all
Yeah.
the time.
All the time.
I don't have the, confidence to wear sunglasses all the time.
You mean indoors?
Yeah.
It's a gamble because
really is.
I also feel like it's a barrier between you and the person. Like I try, like it's funny. Like I will, even if I'm outside, sometimes if I'm meeting someone new, take the sunglasses off.
Yeah.
It's a courtesy. It's kind of like wearing a face mask,
It is.
except for that's probably a courtesy to keep on so you don't spittle on them. But
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we went up to Brooklyn this weekend.
It's important
via
stuff.
train. Not anything fancy, which was nice. I love how easy the train is. Like, I don't understand why airports can't be that easy. Like, we
Yeah.
don't go through security. We just hop on
because
the
nobody
train.
drives trains into the side of the World Trade Center.
Yeah. We need train. It's still overbearing. Like,
Oh yeah,
the TSA overlords have gone too far.
I think once you get the TSA approved stuff that we have, I think that there should be like you can track someone's phone now.
Dude,
You can see like
yeah. There's facial recognition everywhere. They know as soon as you walk in there.
whether you're a troublemaker or not.
You just have an RFID on your passport or license. If you have TSA, just go through.
Yeah.
Do you think I believe that sometimes when they're like profiling people, they can tell who's a troublemaker or not? Like
Yeah.
if you walk confidently and you're like, "Psh, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing. I'm not messing around," versus the dude who's sweating and nervous and looking around everywhere.
I don't know. If you're a con artist, though, you know what you're doing.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Catch
Right.
me if you can.
Not even in the movie. In real life. How do you think he gets 23-year-old girls all the time?
I want to
He's
know.
cool, but he's
do you
not
think
that
that's going to
cool.
scale up as he gets older? Or do you think you can't be shaking that?
No,
near your
he's like
microphone.
what's his name?
I
in
sound
Sound like,
Days-
shake
you sound like you got
anything.
maracas over there.
I was drinking some Element. Relax.
Element, what's that?
Yeah. He's like is that, we're supposed to go into that?
From Leo to
I feel like Leo is he's just a more famous version of the guy from Dazed and Confused. Like I get older, they stay the same age type thing.
Isn't that the same thing that Matthew McConaughey said? And yeah, that's
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. But I meant his character. I forget what his.
All right.
Yeah. He's basically that.
I guess, but I even think he's more like the Jack Nichols. I always go Nicholson, Nicholas. Which one's the actor?
Nicholas is the golfer.
Okay, Nicholson.
Yeah.
I think he's the modern version of Jack Nichols.
I mean, maybe that's
Nicholson.
what Nicholson. Maybe that's why.
Or
Maybe that's why The Departed is such a good movie, because they're both the same people.
yeah, it's like they replicant.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, you guys did run a race.
We
did go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, but before the race, we did a bunch of fun stuff. So we got up there. So I was saying how great the train is, but ironically, the power got shut down in Baltimore and DC, and so all the trains were stopped for an hour. So
Like,
we
yeah.
And
were
just on
late.
the tracks. you
Just on
mean?
the tracks,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So we were a little bit later than we expected and got right into town, went to our hotel, checked our bags, and then headed straight over to Smack Melon, which is the venue that all of our events happen
Do you know
at.
how the power went out though?
Did someone
Meg
die?
plugged her hair straightener into the Penn Station bathroom.
You know me.
That
My
actually
hair.
wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
That I would do that.
No, that's what would shut the power
Someone
down.
did that. Yeah.
The Baltimore infrastructure or Amtrak, probably not that great.
Are you saying that because that's what happened in Italy?
Oh, did you do that in Italy?
No, the makeup artist did that.
plugged the
and that's
hairdryer
why
in.
electricity went out in the building we
Oh,
were in.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Steve Urkel.
But wait, so we haven't even told people who was on the train with us. It was the lovely Carl,
Right-
Megan,
Right here.
He's right here.
yeah,
Thank you.
and
Lo.
Delano Johnson.
Yeah, so we got up there
crew.
into town, and then our first event was the panel that you just found out was now live on the Drop podcast.
Our first event was stop at the hotel bar.
Oh.
Yes.
Carl, what'd you have?
I had an old fashioned.
Carl was high class drinks the whole time.
Okay.
Negronis and old fashioned, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
White Negronis. What's
Yeah.
the other kind of Negroni? Just
Just
straight
a
up.
regular.
Italy really rubbed off on you.
You know, just to ease the, going into an event.
Yeah. Yeah. You're an alcoholic.
Yeah, pretty much. We went to it was walking distance to get to where we need to be.
Yeah.
Which was at the Smack Melon.
As I
What?
said, Smack Melon.
Okay. The name is ridiculous.
It is.
It
and
needs to
what's really
change.
funny is we all kept calling it the wrong thing. In fact, James from the New Balance team called it Smash Mouth, which was like the best.
That actually works.
And
Shockingly.
we had Smash Melon and
They should have had a special drink for it.
yeah.
a watermelon smash.
Yeah, yeah.
Be perfect.
I mean, they had watermelon Trulies. That's pretty close.
Yeah. Smack melon. It sounds like almost a like sexual harassment.
So
or
it was in a
something.
really cool space. If you remember the picture we posted with the Brooklyn Bridge in the background
Yeah.
Dumbo.
in Dumbo, it's the building on the corner and it's this big warehouse, but they basically turned it into a space for us to do the
looks like a
panel
lot of
and
weddings
have a
go on
party.
Yeah. It's like an art gallery space, venue space.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the team did a really good job, like making it into a cool space where they had like airbrushing of hats and singlets and a bar and obviously the panel space. So it was cool.
Like when you go to Hershey Park and they airbrush shirts for you, like it look like that.
Did you see our singlets?
I saw it. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait,
It
so
was something.
airbrushing is back?
Is it?
Supposedly.
Hey.
Yeah.
It was on Meg's back.
Yeah.
Or should I call you Meow?
Meow. Yeah.
So at the next one, do you think they'll have doing like big head drawings, like of like the character?
Oh, yeah.
caricatures?
Yeah.
You mean the caricatures?
Yeah.
That would actually be a fun thing.
I was gonna
for-
say. Yeah.
That's actually
I'd like that.
would be
right.
cool.
So we should basically just turn all these group runs into carnivals.
I've been pining for a
This is
dunking.
Robbie's dream.
How long have I been
he
for
has
years?
one at a dunk tank.
The dunking booth. We tried to get it one year for the grip
Yeah.
party.
What happened?
It ended up being like an astronomical amount
Okay.
of money. I think
It was like $3,000 for the day, and we're like,
feels worth it.
we'll just throw water balloons at you, Robbie.
yeah. But if anyone wants to treat,
Dude, you'd be the creepiest clown.
I mean, if I kept the mustache,
Yeah,
yeah,
and put the makeup like around
for
it.
sure.
Around it.
John
Not
Wayne,
like the red mouth, but you color in the
yeah,
mustache
John Wayne
red,
Gacy
too.
won't have anything on me.
Yeah. Somebody will die.
But yeah, that's so okay. Carnival stuff at the shakeout run, very cool.
No, so this
No,
we
this
haven't
is
even
the-
gotten to the shakeout.
yeah,
round.
this
This
is
is just
just the
Thursday
panel.
night. So it's a panel
I
and a
thought it was
party
Friday.
Thursday
Okay,
night.
yeah.
So yeah, the panel went really well. Thomas interviewed Ted Metellus from New York Roadrunners
Andrea House and Tyler Swartz.
from Endorphins Running.
That's pretty good. You remember all those names.
Dude, I was.
He said it like 20
That was the
times.
He had to
stress.
rehearse,
That was my
like-
stress.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I can get past the names, I can.
Yeah.
Talk for an hour for you.
I don't think I could do it.
The names or the talking?
names.
Oh.
It was tough.
I mean, I actually have been thinking about this a lot recently. I think there's only so much hard drive space in your brain for names.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I think
Mine's
I also
full.
think it's also like a short, like it's one of the short term memory things. Like it's like
Yeah.
erases the moment. Like someone says like, "Hi, I'm Ted," and you're like, "Ted," and then it goes away.
Yeah. I mean, think about I was thinking about how many people I've met in my life, whether from doing the band stuff or this or like the 55 jobs I've had. And that's too many people to know.
Well,
Yeah.
I would also say that someone could walk up to me, and if I'm not in the right headspace, I would forget your name. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I'll be like, "Oh,
me.
who's your friend?" And be like,
Yeah.
You ever forget Robbie's name?
the other day, didn't I forget Carl's name?"
Probably.
Happens pretty often, folks.
Yeah. You mean Brandon. Yeah. Yeah, that happens to me. No, that happens to me all the time, and I'm terrified of it. Like family, people that you're friends with, like like your kids' friends' parents. I'm always like so
Yeah, you
worried.
get caught like in the moment. It's like, hi, so and so, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget my own name.
I just like came straight out and told someone the other day that I met like probably 10 times. I just said, I honestly don't remember your name. She was cool with it.
Honesty, that's good.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think we all empathize.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anybody's like, I'm so important that you better remember my name.
Yeah. I mean, I'll remember like what you had for lunch 3 months ago, but I won't remember your name.
Yeah.
The important stuff. All right. Anyways, so that was cool. You did the panel, the podcast.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
listen to that or
How
watch it
many-
if you want. It's up online.
Were people engaged with it?
Yeah, we had 250 people RSVP'd for this, which was the max that we could do. They had the seats set up, and when we first started, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have some empty seats." But when we got started, somehow magically, Butts
really?
filled seats, and we had a pretty full house.
Were you
and,
nervous?
low key, not like as much as I would think I would be. I didn't want to curse. I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Without like it's so nice in this environment that we can edit if you say something dumb or inappropriate, or even the little things like when you describe something and you just that's not the way I'd want it described. We can edit it. Being up there, I was very aware that anything I said was going out
Yeah.
over the mic, and I had to be like
Yeah.
a little more conscious of it. There's only, I would say, during the 45 to 50 minutes that we talked, there's only a couple times where we were on stage where I'm like, where am I going next? But I mean, I watched it back today because like to me doing it,
Yeah.
I just went into total like
Right. Blank
blank
mode.
mode. Yeah. So I watched it and I was like, okay, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I
Yeah.
thought you handled it well.
No, it was fun. And then afterwards we had a party and hung out for a while, chatted with some New Balance people, some fans. It was fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. Low just really connected with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
He's like the most lovable human.
yeah. And we got singlets made for us, and Lowe gave his singlet to somebody, and I swear it made the man's year. That Lowe would give him his
Yeah.
singlet.
That's cool.
And he was totally psyched about that. And I think that what's nice from our side is, you know, we do these things and you get used to kind of doing them, and you kind of not jaded, because I still think we find it really special to be included in, you know, events like this. But like Lowe is like super appreciative, not just to the brands that help us out, but also like to our crew. And he's like
Yeah.
Carl taking video. He's like, oh, this is awesome. Thank you so much. This, you know, Meg, you're the greatest. So it's just like his enthusiasm is really awesome.
Yeah.
His enthusiasm in the morning takes some getting used to when you're not ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
He came out of the elevator on race morning it's an early start. It's a 7 a.m. start, and you have to get over there early.
wow.
So we were down meeting at 5 a.m. in the hotel lobby. And
he
the
was like-
dude
the
is
elevator
like,
doors opened up. He's like, yo!
like you would think that it was 5 p.m. on a Friday.
After a couple drinks.
Yeah.
and yeah.
That's the energy level you get, which is
That's cool.
is the best.
I did notice, we'll get to the race, but he did seem to have a little bit of nervous energy
Oh,
Oh,
so,
for
yeah.
sure.
that
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
And
Because-
dinner the night before, too.
We'll explain why.
First check-in. Hey, this is Link, the firm believer, and I'm back. Today, I want to talk about helping others achieve their running goals. This past weekend at Brooklyn Half, I had a great time with Thomas and Carl, pacing our friend Lo to get a Message PR. I'm by no means the best runner out there, but I've run Brooklyn a couple of times, and I know a sub 2-hour half marathon would be manageable. However, I didn't expect to have so much fun throughout the process. For once, I wasn't trying to be myself. I was running to carry someone else. And I didn't miss a single opportunity to interact with the crowds. In the end, we hit our goal, and I couldn't be more proud of my buddy, Lo.
Meg, I've been sleeping like a champ.
Is it because you have a lovely Lagoon pillow?
That and melatonin edibles.
Melatonin and edibles? Or
Gummies. Yeah, but the pair is unbeatable.
Yeah.
yeah, so Lagoon is again a sponsor of this podcast this week. You can go to lagoonsleep.com/believe to check out all of their pillows and to take their quiz. It's very easy. You just have to explain your sleeping preferences and it populates the perfect pillow for you.
Dude, I think Lagoon should put together like a giant pillow fight. Like, and maybe you win a Lagoon pillow.
How do you win a pillow
Sounds
fight?
like
You come out on top.
Sounds like my 13-year-old self's dream.
How do you win a pillow fight? Like, could you
No
have
one really
scoring?
has pillow fights. That's never been a thing.
I bet you could have scoring. Like if it's 2-man in, like Robbie and I line
Knock
up
out to
against
the
each other,
face.
Oh,
like the
man.
most hits to the
Yeah.
like clean hits to the
CTE
noggin.
on deck.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I
Well-
didn't even know what CTE is, so I had to look it up. But if you had it, the pillow sure would help.
Yeah.
And if you want the perfect pillow to slap someone in the face with, again, go to lagoonsleep.com/believe. Use the code BELIEVE for 15% off your first purchase.
Make sure they took the quiz first so you know which pillow to smack them with. But so the next day we get up, we got the shakeout run. And I mean, now I think you're pretty familiar with those.
Yeah. There's people. You ran.
It was a really
cool.
nice route, though. We like ran along the piers in Brooklyn, so like you're looking
views.
at the city
Yeah, it's
views.
great.
That's
Statue
the
of
best.
Liberty.
It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite runs.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's really pretty.
You've done that one? I don't recall.
I've just done it when I've been visiting New York, like on a long run and stuff. I'll go over to that side, and that's also where I got engaged on the Brooklyn Heights Promenade.
to Kimmy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My first wife and only wife. Yeah.
Bragger.
Yeah. No big
What's
deal.
also nice is the packet pickup for the event is on the second pier. So you like, it's just a really nice area, really pretty.
Yeah.
And so yeah, after we did the shakeout run, everyone hung out for like a few hours. They had really good food and coffee and
Bagel sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Egg and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Like,
were,
yeah.
Cold brew
Right.
coffee.
Yeah.
I did kind of miss hot coffee.
I don't know. The cold brew was really good.
It was good, but I kind of miss
I'm the same way. I think a hot coffee would have hit
hot
the spot.
coffee. Like even if it's 90 to 100 degrees out,
Yeah.
I still like my hot coffee in the
Really?
morning. That's
In the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a hot coffee.
I made an iced coffee this morning.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
I just freeze.
like first thing in the morning.
I just freeze coffee, in an ice cube tray, and then that's works.
So leftover coffee goes in an ice tray for you.
Yeah.
Well, then what do you do with it?
Put it into
Put
coffee.
it in the coffee, and then just
He's got double coffee.
yeah.
Double brewed
No
or
watering
whatever?
it down.
And it doesn't water it down. Yeah. It's actually
That's
quite
a classic
nice.
trick. Yeah.
Did you go to by the way, did you go to the new bagel place across the street, basically?
The dog
Yeah,
bagel
good
place?
boy.
Boy,
Bagels.
good boy.
No.
He's talking about
Good?
Baltimore.
It's pretty good.
The branding really bothers me.
I feel you. I feel you.
I
Trust
feel
me.
like it's going to be dirty with dogs.
I mostly hate any dog branding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just confusing. Good boy bagels.
Yeah, they're
and it
also-
has dog bones and
The
stuff.
kerning on some of the letters
bagel.
is off, and it drives me insane. But anyways, actually pretty solid.
All right. So
And
we
they
gotta
have
try
a
it.
pork roll breakfast sandwich, dude.
Okay.
So that's
You got me sold.
yeah.
There's even a dog with a bagel in its mouth on the
Yeah.
front.
It's like, bagels for dogs. That's what
Trust
I
me, I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they know how confusing it is.
Yeah, so people thought it was like a
Dog
dog
bagel
food.
place.
Yeah, like a bougie
cafe for dogs. Yeah.
I
bougie
did.
dog place.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I don't know, man. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
You can make a dog bagels though,
Yeah.
and he'll eat them.
Yeah.
So we finished up there, and we went to the packet pickup, and Ted was actually a DJ.
Oh.
On the like, it's kind of like a
He's
party.
a man of many
Wait,
talents.
they didn't
Ted
call it packet
Deluxe.
pickup. What'd they call it?
It was a party.
They said the pre-race
Pre-race
party
party.
with New Balance,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
it was. They had a DJ.
They had a cornhole.
They had food trucks.
Yeah, that's a cool packet pickup.
Yeah.
They had Noah Droddy.
Yeah, we did run into
Saw
Noah.
that.
Ran to Noah
And
Girardi.
we said, when we talked to him, we brought you up because you're his number one fan.
True.
And
Still am.
And I don't think he was baloney. I think he knew exactly who we were talking
Yeah,
about.
he did.
Yeah, we've had some long conversations in person. But we like the same kind of music and stuff, so we talked about that for a while at that one Salomon event.
Do you know who was also at our breakfast run, but did not run?
Who?
An Olympian.
Oh yeah,
A multi-
Emma
Oh,
Coburn.
I saw that picture. Yeah, that's
And
cool.
guess what hat she was wearing?
Oh, the Brooklyn hat.
Yeah.
The Believe in the Run Brooklyn hat.
Nice. That's cool.
That was my favorite. I think she was wearing it on after the race too.
Yeah,
Dude,
she
that's
was.
so sad about what happened.
I know.
Was her ACL
No, her ankle.
Her ankle.
or her ankle? But someone else, the second place
Cour-
steeplechase
Courtney
person.
Frisch, isn't that who just?
Yeah, she
I
tore
think
her
so, yeah.
ACL, right? Or
Yeah.
this past week.
She just had ACL surgery.
I would say Emma's outlook and disposition
Yeah.
seem very positive for someone that is like missing out on the Olympics.
Do you think for athletes who are like professional athletes, do you think the Olympics still holds the top? Like that's the thing.
That's the thing.
Okay.
You don't see. She has
100%.
an Olympic ring tattoo.
Oh, wow.
She didn't have any other event tattooed on her.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy though. Like I thought this would be like not go over well, but I think because Lowe played NFL football, made it to that top tier. Maybe there's a different language those people speak.
Yeah.
He walked right up to Emma and was like, "Yo, you seem really fit. What's your body fat?" And
Nice.
I like recoiled.
I didn't hear this.
because I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
you can't ask a woman about." But she went like, "Oh yeah, it depends what test you're talking. If you're talking calipers, if you're talking this one," and she named off
wow.
like 4 tests.
Okay.
And she was like, "Yeah, I'm right around 9% or something like that, something ridiculous." And he's like, "Yeah, I could tell because you look like an athlete."
It's weird that
Whoa.
nobody's ever come up to me and said that.
Yeah, what?
You look like an athlete.
Yeah.
Like an Olympian.
What is that?
Yeah, I'll tell Lo next time to come up to you. If somebody asks you what your body fat was, do you have any clue?
I don't know.
Okay,
Is it 50?
I know mine.
Is 50%?
No,
high?
that's
That's
really
really
high.
high.
You
Like, that would be morbid.
Morbidly obese.
You would be half fat.
Is it like 10 to 20%?
Is like
the usual
an
normal
athlete
average?
is like, I think for a man is like, wait, I'm going to get
I
this
think
wrong.
Yeah, let's get the science.
Is it
straight.
under? I think I do know for real. Is it like under 10%? Is that's
yeah,
like
that's a male athlete. I think 6 to 13
Okay.
is ideal body fat for men. I think for women it's a little higher.
Do you want to know where I was when I just got my body fat done?
okay? Yeah.
19.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Why are you saying no way? Like which direction?
I thought
Too
it was
much or too little?
Closer to 40. Sorry. No. I thought it would be much less.
No, 19, which I was all happy about. But I think 19 for a woman is fairly like I think that's supposed to be like,
good.
I think the difference, like naturally they're going to carry more
Right.
body fat. I think 19 for a woman is like pretty
10 to 18
crazy.
is an athlete, but an elite female athlete is less than 10%.
And I believe her answer was less than 10%.
Yeah, I'm sure. She's an
Oh, yeah.
Olympian.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And even though she's not probably working out that hard right now,
No, she is. She's spending like hours on the bike and doing
Okay.
so much cross training.
yeah, because she still looks jacked.
Yeah. I think generally speaking, women are better, and that's probably why. I think partially why they're better endurance
Yeah,
athletes
more fat.
and swimmers is because flotation and endurance, more fat.
Do you, when you get in the water, do you float or do you?
No, I'm like, there's
Sink
I don't
straight to the
understand.
bottom.
I
Yeah.
don't understand the floating on the back thing. I've never been able to do
Never.
that my entire
Same.
life. I've seen kids floating, and I'm like,
You drink
how
enough of
are
this
they doing
element, you'll be good to
I
go.
don't get it. I don't get it either.
I mean, I kind of want to go to the Dead Sea just to see what happens.
For real, that
'Cause,
would
like,
be cool.
I immediately my legs start going down,
Yeah.
and then the rest just pulls down like the Titanic.
I try all the time when if I'm in a pool. I'm like, there has to be a way to do this.
What am I not getting?
Because I feel like when I learned to swim when I was a kid, I was able to at some point for a short time, but I can't do it. I don't know.
Carl, can you?
I actually haven't tried in a really long time, so I'm not sure. I wasn't able to though, younger, but
There's this woman.
I don't know.
There's this woman who I read this book about her. She was a swimmer who holds the record for the longest swim in like Antarctica. I think she did like a mile swim. And
She's an older woman, right?
yeah.
Because I think I saw a documentary on this.
Yeah, I think Netflix did something
Okay.
about her.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. But because she has that layer of fat that it's both works as flotation and insulation,
It's like Patagonia.
no dude could ever do it, pretty much.
Well, what about a fat dude?
I think, well, probably not endurance.
Like a dude built like a sea lion.
I don't know. Maybe someone will try it, but she still holds the record. It's a pretty good book. I wish I knew what the name was. Let me see if I can find it here.
I would also think you need to protect certain parts of your body that extend out. You know what I'm talking about, Carl?
Yeah.
So her name was Lynn.
Sure know what you're
Okay, I have it. Her name is Lynn Cox. She was
Yeah, protect the guns.
not blood flow.
the story is called. The book is called
fat down there.
Swimming. Okay, the book is called Swimming to Antarctica.
The children are not holding it together over
Yeah.
here.
Anyways, it's a good book.
Okay, so we did the Shea Guy run. We did packet pickup. We went back to the hotel. Megan and I went to go see Allie Feller at the live show with Emma Coburn. That was fun. And
What
then
did we do with that? What's going on?
We took naps, dude.
I think so. Oh, that is what I did.
We had pizza for lunch. We had a pretty good. Or you had chicken parm.
I did have to. It did not sit well. I felt weird.
Yeah.
And then we all met up at the same dinner spot that we had last year.
And Lynn, who's doing the check-ins today,
Yeah.
he was kind of with us most of the time.
Yeah. We spent the weekend with him.
Yeah, he was unofficial, like believe in the run, like it was us, Feathers, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a pretty low key evening since we did have that early morning that we mentioned earlier. And yeah, we all met in the lobby at 5 a.m.
Yeah, we were pretty good about not staying out.
Yeah.
And Robbie, I
Yeah.
think you'll appreciate this. We figured out, and by we, I mean not me at all, but Lynn, figured out how to take public transportation to the start line. So we didn't get Ubers.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. Did you take the subway or did you take?
We
We took the A train.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
which is a subway.
I mean, it's like
It was good. We
it's
didn't
so
do it on the
much-
way back, and I hated the ride on the way back. I don't know if it's longer on the train, but the way the car comes back, it was like a 2-hour drive.
It's
it
traffic.
felt
You
like.
just-
There's a lot
traffic.
of traffic because of like the redirection and stuff.
And it's the largest half marathon in the country. There's
you talking about
28,000
last-
people. No, this year we came back. We took an Uber home.
Oh.
We took the A
Yeah.
train in the morning, and then we took an Uber back home.
Wait, why didn't you take it back?
Yeah, why didn't we?
We were walking towards it, and we were like, we'll see which one's faster if we. And it was the time on the Uber app and what the train said were the same.
Oh,
So we were like, let's just get in an Uber.
and then it was,
And then it was,
did not equal
and then it was
that?
twice as long.
And the dude, I was sitting behind him, the driver, and he was doing the lean back seating, you know, like where you're a low rider or something.
Yeah.
And it was like right on my knees.
See, I loved it because he was playing some jams.
no,
And
he
it was
wasn't
great.
playing.
Or Low.
Low
was in
DJing.
control.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm stuck there. And lately when I sit, especially after a run, my butt starts to hurt.
Yeah.
So my butt hurts. This guy's on my knees. We're trying to sleep. Like I saw Carl.
I
over
didn't
there.
try to sleep.
Yeah,
It just happened.
He was
dude.
dead asleep.
Carl knows how to sleep.
Dude.
Second, checking. This weekend, I also learned that pacing is not an easy job. Being a pacer is more than just running the miles robotically. It's about encouragement and engagement with those around you. For example, I've never seen Thomas so chatty during the whole race before. Every couple miles, he would remind Lo of the pace plan and then suddenly blast out a baseball chant. Later in the race, he would interact with the cheering squads in Mandarin and Spanish. But people seemed to be confused about what he said. Carl, he's easily a 1:30 half marathoner, but he stayed with us for the whole race and constantly reassured that we are not running too fast, too early. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's definitely not a one-man job. It takes the whole village. And that makes running feel like a team sport.
All right, Meg, I talked about it many, many times. I like Element. I like it in still water and mixing the powder in there. but I really love it over ice with some bubbles.
Yeah, so they now have their sparkling element. It comes in the same flavors. So grapefruit salt is one of my favorites. Also, I think you have watermelon.
I do like the watermelon.
Salt, that one's really, really good.
And there's a citrusy one.
Yeah, so they have all the same flavors, but now it comes in a can of bubbles. You can go snag that. If you're not and you just want to try Element, you can get a free sample pack with any drink mix purchase by going to drinkelement.com/thedrop. All right, guys, it is almost time for you to run a trail race that is part of the Golden Trail Series, Broken Arrow in Lake Tahoe.
Do you know how much training I've done for this, Robbie?
Hopefully some.
0. I haven't been on the trails in a while. I need to get out there because trails always kick my butt.
I think I'm going to do a trail race this weekend to tune up.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You've got gunpowder, right?
Yeah, there's a 5 mile.
Are you going to have the boy?
Yeah.
All right.
Get him out there.
So tell me more about Broken Arrow, Meg.
Well, you guys are going to be hosting a bunch of stuff, so I think people can come hang out even if they're not racing. But it's a super fun event. It has everything from an 11K to a 46K, I think, and like a vertical K, which we found out is longer than a K, but it's 1K of vert.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you can find out more about the series in general by going to goldentrailseries.com or just follow Salomon or the Golden Trail Series on Instagram. Anyway, let's talk about the race. So
we had all this. Wait, you go ahead.
I was going to say we had VIP thanks to New Balance and the New York Roadrunners. So we got to go hang at this. What is that place?
Which I think it's
Garden?
the Botanical
Yeah,
Garden.
Botanical Gardens.
And I do think that you can purchase a VIP ticket because there's definitely people in there not wearing New Balance.
Yeah. And so we got to hang out there before the race. And
Bagels,
then
pastries,
the start
coffee,
is like
juice,
right across the street.
Gatorades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really nice and easy logistics. They even have someone like walk you to the starting corral from the Botanical Gardens just to make sure you know where you're going.
Okay.
Let's rewind a little bit here. So the night, actually 2 days before, we talked to Lo. Lo's goal was to do a sub 2 hour half marathon.
Okay.
His PR was 1:56, which he did last year at the Brooklyn half.
All right.
And so we're like, you can do it. We've seen his running. We're like, you got this.
Yeah. Why would he have a doubt if he did it 156 last year?
That's what we said.
Yeah. So I was like, we can do this. I was like, I'll run with you if you want.
No, he wanted to PR. He wanted to go under 156,
Okay.
not sub 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but sub 2 was the main goal. And then
Okay.
beat
If you
the
can beat a
156.
PR, yeah, it was beat.
Like easy day, we'll run together.
Okay.
And we'll get you that. And then I recruited Lynn, and Carl was kind of on the fence at first.
Yeah, I was like, I could like go for my PR, but I definitely was not in shape for that. But I was like, what would be the point if like I went out ahead and like just ran by myself and got like a 145 or something, or I could just help Lo get his goal and hang with the boys.
Okay.
And,
I like
do that.
it.
So,
Yeah.
So it turned out to be really fun. We got, Meg, your corral's a little bit up. You were further ahead of us, which I couldn't believe how far. I guess 28,000 runners. I started like 7,000 or something like that.
Was anyone here actually racing it? Like you?
No.
Okay. Or Meg Featherston or anyone?
No, we ran
Okay.
together.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Meg Featherston ran together, and you guys, I mean, I would think if there was 7,000 just between us, and we were in the same crowd. We were in the first wave, but we were like
in the back.
F, I think was it?
Yeah. Technically, we're supposed to be J, but
Yeah.
or
Well, I think Low
Low
was
was
J,
J,
so,
yeah.
but we snuck him into the
yeah.
F. Probably shouldn't say that, but we
No, they told us to go. Remember, we
Yeah.
asked the guy. We were like, "Where's the
Yeah.
J crowd?" And then he was like, "Oh,
we
just
got
go."
directed.
Yeah.
All right.
So
It
we got
happened,
in.
people. It happened.
Now, though, I will tell you this: phenomenal amount of porta potties.
Yes.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
I happened to pick one because I waited until I was like, I'm not going to go until, because I knew they clear out once the race starts going.
Yeah.
And as you start marching towards the front, you can duck in and duck back out.
Right.
I went in one that must have been used by all 28,000
Oh, wow.
runners.
You got the hot, you got the,
It was hot. It
the
was
hot one.
Felt like I had flashbacks to Vietnam.
like you're in the muck.
I was there with Bubba Gump. rain was coming up. You know, it was bad.
Was there stuff on the walls?
Oh no.
You know, it was.
I don't never ever understand how thin gets on walls in
I can
bathrooms.
explain that to you.
Oh no, we will not.
If it hits hard enough down, it comes back up.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes
Science,
it just looks
dude.
like
Physics.
experimental art in there.
Honestly, I went in and I caught that first breath, and I went into the hold your breath mode.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're like, I'm trapping it in my lungs, but and just went and quickly jumped out. Race starts. We coined a new verb. We kipchogied. And what I mean by that, Carl, Lynn, and myself formed the triangle in the front.
The wedge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Lo got in behind us. And that was the formation all the way down to Coney Island.
Okay.
What were you guys doing?
Just, you know,
Were you doing your
cheering.
regular like arm
Yeah,
waves
but
and
we
stuff?
weren't as animated this time. Neither of us felt like great, and we were supposed to be doing my workout, and we like kind of did it, kind of didn't, kind of just cruised it in.
Okay.
Because we were just more focused on having fun than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I mean, when we saw people out there, we cheered right back at them, and yeah, just
Can we give a little bit of the course preview? Because this year it was much better than last. Last year my foot was really messed up, and I didn't sleep the night before. So to me, the course seemed very long last year, and I felt like the hills felt bigger. This year, turned around. You start off, you kind of go downhill, so it's really easy to kind of get going too fast, except for you're in a big crowd. How crowded was it up by where you guys were, Meg?
it wasn't bad. So we were in the first wave, first corral. So aside from the pros and all the guys who like really got up there real fast, we were right at the front.
So you had plenty of room?
Yeah.
All right. Carl, what did you think? This is your first time running it.
Yeah, it was a little crowded at the start, but I think it cleared out pretty fast, like within the first mile or so. Yeah, the hill at mile 5.
That's
We
the
warned,
one.
yeah, we warned Lo too, or he knows we ran it. He ran it last
Yeah.
year. I didn't know anything about it.
What did you think?
You know, it wasn't horrible. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, but it did.
It's a
Yeah,
long one.
It's a long one.
I was gonna say
It's a
it
long
kind of
one.
starts at like 4, and like
4.5,
You
I
have
think,
like
yeah.
gradual,
Yeah.
and then like you kind of think it's over, and then it
But
goes
you
back
see
up
it
one more time.
Yeah, then you see it, and you're like, oh, okay.
I think that's the back up part. You think, because you look at the tree line, you're like, it can't go up any higher.
Yeah.
We're at the top, and somehow they make it go back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie, the biggest thing I would compare it to is like Patterson Park.
Okay.
I would say
trying to find it.
if you're like doing the inside loop, not the sidewalk. It's like sort of like going up that from the bottom. You know how it kind of you go up and then you kind of turn
Yeah.
and then go back
It's
up.
just like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just steep enough that you're working. And I knew once we got low past that we were going to be okay.
So this is kind of like an out and back through Prospect Park.
Yeah. You do
Yeah.
a loop around there, and then once you get out of there, you have a really nice downhill, and then it's just flat and a little bit downhill to the finish.
Okay, I see.
Which that was the toughest part in pacing. We started kind of getting like
You get that build
not
up.
aggressive, but it was like it was hard to
Hold back.
hold back in that. And so
Okay, so I see. So it goes from like 50 feet to 160.
Yeah, was that right before 5, right?
Yeah, mile 4 to 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 7, yeah, that's when you're just going straight down.
That's the best mile
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But what's nice about the climb is that you are shaded, like you're in
I was gonna say that.
tree-lined areas
Yeah.
the whole time.
oh, and I figured something out. You know how I've been coughing at races and stuff, and even some runs lately. I took a Allegra before the race. I guess it's
allergy stuff.
allergy stuff. I got it
Antihistamine.
from Feathers, and I was running through those trees, and I got a little worried because that's usually where I start getting the.
That's exactly where she started coughing.
But did she take an Allegra?
I don't know.
I actually was coughing too because I'm allergic to pollen. So, like, it was definitely heavy pollen.
And I was fine.
I guess that must have been it then.
So I
You got
think
it.
I've solved my coughing problem. I think
Yeah.
it's allergies, which is weird because New York City Marathon, that's in the fall.
Right.
Are there fall allergies? Like, is the decaying of the leaves or something? I don't know.
It could be. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Maybe you just have a lot of allergies you don't even know about.
probably. But we got through that. What would you say? I felt like Lo was doing a phenomenal job.
Oh yeah, it was definitely also just getting hotter. Like it
Yeah.
definitely got pretty warm once we started going on mile 7, going down to Coney Island.
Well, and that back half is just exposed.
Yeah, the
so
sun's
you're
just beating you.
Yeah.
It's exposed, but that's also where the crowds.
I was
get-
gonna say the crowds are there.
Yeah.
All the cheer sections.
Okay. Is it crowds like New York City Marathon crowd?
No.
But like a line of people deep.
You're,
Yeah.
yeah, all the way down, you pretty much have people. Like it may be 2 people deep, but it's consistent all the way.
And they're like very enthusiastic. You've got people throwing confetti guns. You've got cheerleaders. You've got signs.
all nationalities.
Yeah.
Gaijin.
Yeah.
A lot of Chinese.
Yeah,
Asian,
Chinese,
run clubs there. Yeah.
But it was low going through. It was kind of fun to watch as we're going through because it was like Lynn was grabbing him Gatorades. We're taking care of him. It's the first class
Nice.
Shout out to Lynn, man. He got me water too, and you too. Yeah, he's just
What
like
a champ.
He's like, what do you want? Gatorade, water? Like he had both. I'm just like, dude, I can
concierge.
barely stop to get water. Like I'm bad at that. I got to practice
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
did a great
definitely was
job.
hooking it up, and we got down to finally mile 10,
Yeah,
and that's when Low started, I think, feeling.
he
it.
started to feel it. Yeah, to be honest, I did too.
Oh, really?
Well, my legs, like I don't know. I might cut this part out, but after having 4 Negronis the night before, and
Yeah,
not only
cut that
having only like one element.
Wait, I
like,
thought you said you took it easy the night before.
we
We
did.
did. Like, but I mean early.
Yeah, we were back. We were doing the
All right.
nightcap at like what?
All right.
10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't need that last one.
But I think I finally felt like what real dehydration meant on the race course. Like I just felt it in my legs, like that pre-cramping feeling.
I know that exact feeling.
That's when I
It's
started.
the worst.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, at least I'm not going any faster. I think I can just run it in.
See, that was where it got and I don't think we did slow down, but I don't know. I was getting like that. I'm ready to go.
I could tell you were. Yeah. Well, that's when you were like kind of peeling off to the side with the camera. You were trying to get all the cheer sections going by.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want to get done with this, man. Like I need water.
Well, we started. So that's when I started. I was doing very kind love to Low the whole time, but the last 3 miles I started doing tough love.
Oh, he started doing the Goggins, man.
Yeah. I was like, we are not doing a post on Instagram about how you almost PR today.
It's crazy.
Said you
Do
pick
it for
up.
the gram.
And I think he was getting upset because he knew that he had the goal. He was going to be under his 156. But like, he's like, why do we keep running faster if I'm going to?
He's like, we're on time. We're on time. I'm like, yeah, but
yeah,
like,
dude, let's go.
go. Like that's
Did he finish under 156?
Yeah.
152.
He had a
4-minute PR.
Crushed it.
Crushed it.
Very cool.
4-minute PR. And the best part about it was, how psyched was he?
Oh,
Okay.
so good.
man.
I'm watching his reel right now. Okay, 152. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the coolest setup at the finish line. New Balance rents out this restaurant called Tom's, and it's right along the finish line, and they have a rooftop bar.
Oh, sick.
And so Megan and I got to be there watching these guys come in from the roof
that's
deck.
I'm surprised you caught us. There's so many people. How did you see us?
We were doing eagle eyes, and my phone didn't work, so I
mean,
couldn't track you guys.
Low is like 7 foot tall.
Low,
That's true.
Low's stride is very easy to see, and also there wasn't a lot of white singlets, and
Yeah.
he had that bright white singlet
Sure.
on.
Yeah.
So we were able to catch you guys. But yeah, it was like the most fun. I know you guys couldn't hear us, but we were screaming.
Did we hear him? Nah, I didn't hear him.
It was all screaming.
Yeah.
I think I heard him screaming because I've watched the replay,
video.
Yeah.
the video so many times.
I think half of like the screaming was just us,
Yeah.
like going through the finish line. So
That's cool.
But yeah,
Nice.
it was a great day. It got a little warm, but honestly, I can't complain about the
It was-
weather.
it's great chilling weather afterwards.
yeah,
like,
because last
hanging
year it
out
was
afterwards
raining,
great.
so we got
Yeah.
stuck in like a cement suite of
Yeah.
like a baseball stadium.
But this time we were at
This time,
Tom's, sunshine on the roof deck.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Like all these, all our buds were showing up.
Yeah.
Besides the New Balance team and athletes, and Emma was there. We had like Matt Choi
Matt
came
Choi
in.
came, yeah.
Did Chris Chung come in to that?
I don't think he did. He was at VIP in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't come after.
yeah.
Allie Feller showed up.
Allie showed up.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Ted was there.
Yep.
Ted Lasso. Not that one.
Not that one. But yeah, so it was fun, and they had like beers, and they had a breakfast set up. We were dying for.
I wanted a hot dog.
We wanted.
Oh, I'm
Glizzy.
sorry.
No glizzies?
Sorry,
Glizzies.
yeah.
Dang.
The Glizzy Gang is what they call
Is
themselves
Nathan's,
now.
isn't that like the home of Nathan's hot dogs?
We were gonna go to Nathan's,
Yeah.
and there's a picture of us by
Oh,
Nathan's.
dude, the
There's
line
a
was
line
just
that was over a block
stupid long.
Seems
Yeah.
unnecessary. That's when you just pack your own and have a little piece of charcoal with
Well,
you.
here's my thing. You're Nathan's. You know there's gonna be 28,000
Yeah, why-
people there.
yeah.
Why aren't you just tinfoiling up?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hot
Right at the
dogs,
finish
like,
line.
Just grab one. Grab.
Bit like Little League concession stand. Just put them in it. Yeah. I
would've-
don't care. I just want a hot dog, dude.
I would have
Yeah.
loved one. So
Yeah.
we never got one. On the way out of town, Lowe stopped at one of the carts. and got
Right in front
one.
of Penn Station.
And
Yeah.
he's like,
That's
he
a
was like-
hard no.
He's
Yeah.
like, that was kind of,
He's like, just disappointed.
yeah, this is disappointing.
Sometimes they're okay. It depends what cart it is. But
There's nothing okay about that cart in
Okay.
front of Penn Station.
In front of Penn, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a random
Dude, I'm
one.
surprised he made it back on the train without some diarrhea.
Final check-in. Man, now I'm hooked on pacing others. Don't get me wrong, I still have personal running goals that I want to achieve. But for now, I just want to keep doing the pacing duty. You've probably heard about Robbie's sub-4 pacing group in Chicago this year. I'm already pacing 2 friends, so I'm in. Lowe's gonna be there as well. So I'm calling all the firm believers out there. Come join us in Chicago this fall. I will personally hand you water cups and feed you gels. Robbie and his Senkos will roll with you. We'll pick up some treasure together. It's gonna be a bonding experience of a lifetime. Avengers, assemble.
Okay, another sponsor of today's podcast is Cheribundi. You love this stuff. Robbie loves this stuff.
yeah,
I'm
for
trying
sure.
to get that anti-inflammatory benefits is what I'm going for here.
Yeah, so they reduce inflammation, helps you sleep better and recover faster.
Especially the one that has the melatonin in it.
Yeah, so that one's obviously great for sleep. I know we just got some of the bottles, which you love.
I do. It makes it easy.
Put a bunch in the fridge, so drink that when you get home. And then also they have the pouches that you can put in the freezer and have like a popsicle after a hot run, which is
Yeah.
pretty nice.
I mean, it's the best thing after a hot summer run for sure.
So
Do you think your kids would like it?
That's a good question. I tried to give them one. I was going to give them one yesterday, I think, but I forgot to.
I'm curious because it's a little tart.
yeah.
Megan
it might be a little
Featherston said
too
her kids
sweet.
love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
I mean,
probably eat
I
all
would
sorts
think
of
they
good
would.
stuff though. They're probably
Yeah.
used to eating spinach.
No, it tastes amazing.
All right.
So if you want to get some, you can use the promo code THEDROP. Just go to cheribundi.com and that'll save you 20%.
But I mean, that's good to hear that like 20,000 people thought if they had a desert island food, it would be a hot dog. Because I agree.
Did people say that?
No, you're saying that how many people were lined up for hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
They were, they definitely chose.
But I would say, I had to actually ask that question because I didn't last week in the poll. But I do have a qualm with one of your assess. So somebody said pizza would be a desert island food, and you said that's too many ingredients.
Yeah, that's not one food.
That is a food.
No, it is not a food. Because then I'd be like, I want a stuffed potato.
You could have that.
No, you can't. That was the whole thing. It's like you had one thing.
Also, everyone called me out on saying that we needed carbs to survive because you
I know.
don't.
Yeah.
But like in my mind, we're not surviving
But
on this island.
you're not
like
optimally,
we're
like, you're-
going for
But
dogs
it's not.
in the morning.
It's not
Thriving.
one ingredient. It's not one ingredient.
That's
That
what I
is
was
it.
my understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, yours was it was like one.
A chicken, a peanut butter, what did you
Sweet
choose?
potato.
Sweet potato.
Okay.
So a pizza would be tomatoes, cheese, wheat.
Yeah, if she said sweet potato casserole, then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, then that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Tuna fish salad.
Like if you said cheese, that would be one thing, but you can't say pizza because that's cheese and tomato sauce
Okay.
and dough.
All right. I see your.
Yeah, you've got a
reasoning.
pantry at that point. You're on the island.
You're not even on a deserted
Yeah.
anything.
You
You
got
got
a
a
brick
wood-
oven
Oh, no.
there
Yeah.
too. Like,
Wood-burning
how you making
stove.
these? Yeah.
No. It shows up magically. It's not a.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, this is a magical
So
situation.
it's like a Mario. You hit your head against something.
Exactly. There's no logic. to
Okay,
this.
but if that's the case, like hot dogs would be good with the buns and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like unlimited You don't have a whole Wendy's salad bar of
Like a
condiments.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's right. You have like a normal thing, like if you ordered it at a restaurant. But this is a whole nother type of angle. So we don't.
Like you're going now like last meal.
Yeah, like if you had one meal for the
Like,
entire.
That's
Because
different.
cheeseburger, I would beat a cheeseburger would beat pizza over a long time.
Well, Yeah, I'm not
way
saying
more
you could do
protein
like,
Yeah, and the fats and stuff.
and fat. Yeah.
it's not like you could do like a Guy Fieri meal challenge. Like that's your thing.
Wouldn't it be cool if Guy Fieri was on the island with you?
Yeah,
And
he's
he was
actually
like-
one of my top. If you have 5 people to hang out with in life, like if you had a crew,
You don't think you get after a while he would be annoying?
I-
Bam!
no, I think
It's
I,
out.
You're
It's
like
dude.
you're on the beach, you're on this island that you're
I just think
stuck
he's a
on,
cool guy.
and he's coming out of the woods.
know.
Bam, Robbie, here you go.
I just think I think he's actually pretty. I think he plays it up for TV. I think he's actually a pretty good guy and can
Would
probably
you,
be a good hang.
But you don't know.
would you ever go as Guy Fieri for Halloween? Like get that visor that has the hair,
Yeah.
spiked hair.
I would love that.
I think that'd be a good costume for you.
I just think it would be a good time. Like hanging out with him, having a couple drinks, probably be fun.
Okay, Anthony Bourdain or Guy Fieri?
I think I don't know. That's a tough one actually, because I don't know. Anthony Bourdain, he has some demons. In his
Yeah, right. So
I was
after
gonna
a
say
while,
that. I feel like he'd
it's
be less fun.
depressing. Come on,
Yeah.
Anthony, let's go for a swim. Swimming, the SS.
I'm sure he was a super cool dude to hang out with. But so I'll put the Desert Island food poll this week since I forgot to do it last week. But last week I said, what are your favorite and non-favorite running trends? Like ask the community. So many people agreed on the tech race shirts. Like people want the cotton race shirts.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I saw that people don't want any shirts.
Yeah, or the tech race shirts. Done. We're done with them.
Yeah.
I know there's RDs
By the way,
listening to
for
this
Grit,
podcast.
we will be giving away a tech.
So tech race shirts. Someone said favorite is stealing Strava segments. That is a good one. Least favorite run streaks. Fair. Someone else said their least favorite is yelling your mile splits.
Sorry, Matt Choi.
And Lowe's getting hit on this
And
one.
Lowe.
Yeah, he did this the entire race.
I will tell you this, Matt Choi, I think we talked about this because he was pretty much the originator of it.
Yeah, true.
And when he first did it, you were kind of like, oh, interesting. He's giving you his mile splits, kind of interested in the progression of the run.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's become so ubiquitous in running that it is kind of like, this is the thing that I was saying, I think a couple drops ago, the originality of people and like to do something that's new, like when it becomes annoying when it becomes like you're going through your feed and you see it. Yeah. 10
Yeah.
people doing mile splits.
If I had the time or cared about editing Instagram reels, I would do just find like what I find. Mile 1 found a
Oh, that's good. You
used
should
condom.
do that.
I don't know. No.
Wow, that's the first thing you think
For
of.
mile 1, dude. I'm excited for mile 10.
In Baltimore, probably. But yeah, no. If you did that, like that would actually be probably.
It's funny
The new
because
thing.
along the race course, when Meg and I were running, we passed several people that were doing the mile check-ins. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't think people can race without a camera these days.
yeah.
I can.
Oh,
I'm the video guy.
The mile check-ins, everybody's doing it now. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like if you just put content out, you're making mile check-ins. So I don't know.
I think, here's the thing though, like I find like you did a run this weekend. You posted the things that you saw along your run.
Yeah. And just
I can see like there's at a certain point though, you would have people doing like if someone was to, hey, interesting graffiti run or interesting, whatever. I could see that. But then after a while, it's like, are you running or are you doing content? Like, are you?
Yeah.
Because you're stopping, you're taking photos and stuff like that. So the more that you do that, but
because that's the thing. I like to run to find weird stuff, but I don't do it with the intent of making content. It's just I'm like,
Bored.
I want to take a picture of this because it looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's not like my idea is that I'm going to go out on a run to get photos or video.
right.
Right, yeah.
It's just like if I happen to find something, I'll be like, oh, I want to remember that or take a picture of it.
You
But
also though, like
I don't always do it. I just do it sometimes.
You did that Mind the Gap
Yeah.
where you had like the check-in spots.
Yeah.
And I remember you were like, hey, this is cool because you kind of like, you run to a spot and then you run to the next spot.
Right.
And you kind of enjoyed that as like a way to break up a race.
Yeah. It's like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah. So is it similar to the same, like as you're running to find something interesting kind of breaks up the run?
Yeah, definitely. And I like, that's just like what I like to do. I like to find weird stuff. Like I like that as much as I like the running part, you know?
Yeah.
So which is why like I don't love doing workouts is because you just have to plow ahead.
just do it
You don't
more,
really get to like see the cool stuff that you want to see.
So do you think if
And
you
then I have to
weren't
stop
running,
and pick up change in the middle of a freaking split.
so if you say that you weren't running,
Mm-hmm.
do you think you would go out on your bike or ride in your car looking for?
Yeah, on my bike, yeah, probably. But or just walking around. I don't know. But running or biking gets you faster to other places.
And while we were in Brooklyn, you got to do a trail run with your son.
Yeah, that was fun. So it's like kind of a test. I mean, we did it last year, but it was a test to
See where his fitness was.
for Golden Trail since we're doing that.
And you said that he bombed a hill or something pretty quick.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like it's a 5-mile trail race around here, and it was pretty muddy because it had been raining last week. And then, but he had Salomon Speed Cross, like the kids shoe, which is like freaking perfect for that course. And I was wearing the Nike Peg Trail 5.
That's a pretty aggressive shoe, isn't it? Speed Cross.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy they make it for kids, but yeah, it's like the OG, like super technical shoe.
Wow.
But it was actually great because there's no slipping or anything. Like he was just running. You know how everyone tries to go around the deep mud? He was just like straight through it, which was like his favorite part. But have you ever run that section in Gunpowder? It's the first mile is like uphill,
Yeah.
and so that was like okay. But then the humidity started kicking in, and it was like swampy back there.
It's like the humidity, the trees keep it in.
Yeah, because it had just rained the night before,
Oh, geez.
and it was warm and humid, just like felt like a jungle. And so he was starting to like I don't know, not feel great after mile 1 to mile 2, and his legs were itching him because like you know that feeling when you get all like sweaty and you're like he's wearing like cotton shorts. So it's like he was like losing his mind. I was like, dude, you just gotta like it'll go away. And then I was like, take your shirt off. You'll feel better. And he didn't want to. I was like, if I take my shirt off, will you take your shirt off? And he's
Wow,
like,
Robbie went bare chested.
yeah. He's
Whoa.
like,
That's unusual.
yeah, I know. So he's like, finally did it. And it did feel much better. So yeah, tarps off, Herms bringing the trend to Baltimore. But he, anyways, once we got to 2.5 mile mark, and I was like, we're halfway there. There's a long downhill to mile 3. Then he just plowed, and then he was great. He was fine. And he said he didn't feel like all that other stuff anymore. But yeah, anyway, so the last mile is it's the same mile you go up the first time, and then you go downhill. So it's pretty steep.
I remember there's a decent stream crossing.
Yeah, so that was like kind of going back up the hill. Okay. So it was muddy and pretty steep, and I could not keep up. Like I was like, I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna break my ankles or slip and fall. And he was just like,
he's confident enough to just go without
he was
you?
like flying like 7:30 pace, like sub 7:30, like on trails. And I was like, dude.
All right.
That's crazy.
And so then he like finished like 15 seconds ahead of me. Like I didn't even see him because he came out of the woods and finished. And I was like, dang, that's like a depressing feeling.
Really? I love
No,
it.
it's like,
also amazing.
It's like amazing, but it's just, and not depressing. And like, I'm mad that he beat me. I meant like in a way that like, oh, you're like my kid's like,
You've been
he's
past.
growing up.
Yeah.
Like he's faster than me. Like
I get that at the same time, like when we've brought Thea out to some of the runs and like the kid can run in the 6s
yeah.
and he's gigantic. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's over. I'll never be fast.
Yeah, like that. That's what I mean. But anyways, no, it was a lot of fun. So that was cool. And like,
Did he win an age group or anything like
I
that?
don't think they have like, it's pretty low key race. So I don't think they had age groups, but they did put the results out yesterday. 93rd out of 128. That's pretty good.
Nice.
He finished in 105, which is like pretty solid, I feel like, for a trail race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it has decent
For a kid?
elevation.
Yeah.
But anyways, so like that was a nice test to see.
Well, it won't be steamy.
It won't be steamy. We're gonna, and it's a
Altitude.
We're
but
gonna
I don't
hike
think
it.
Kids,
We're hiking the uphill
Yeah.
at there anyway. It's a mountain, you know. It's like
You're talking about Broken Arrow now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
when we get to the Salomon trail race, I'm not running.
What's the thing that we're doing?
I'm not running that race.
3-hour tour that you guys aren't going to do now.
Oh, it's like a.
Is that like a ropes course or something?
It looks pretty cool. Yeah.
3 hours though. I was like, is this? It's like a marathon.
Yeah. That's a. I
Like
forget
we're
what
gonna
that's
have to. We're gonna have to work out.
I don't even know what it is. I
Yeah.
just got sent the email. Like,
I'll explain it to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. And during the race, and also last week while you guys were gone, it was raining here. I was wondering, have you guys ever done this? Because I was doing a workout around Patterson Park, and it was right after it rained. And do you ever like to cool off? Like, do you ever shake a tree branch above your head?
No.
Wait, really?
Not once
No,
in my
because
life.
that's how you get ticks.
Ticks don't. That is not how you get ticks, by the way. Ticks don't live in trees. They live
don't?
in grass. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you should try it. It's like the best thing ever. Like it's humid and
Like
hot.
I'm trying to think of a good tree in Patterson. Like,
There's plenty of them. Trust me, because I did it.
okay.
But it's like the best feeling when you're doing a workout and you're like, oh, like I'm just like sweating and hot and humid.
Yeah.
And you shake a tree branch over your head.
We're in
It's
Brooklyn.
like
I was throwing water on my back, and one time I had a little extra, so I threw it on Carl's back.
Felt really good.
I mean, you look insane doing it, but
Yeah, I
it's
bet.
nature's shower. Like it's there for
It's
you.
nature.
I
shower.
also want to know when you thought to do this. Like, when was the first time you're like, oh, let me just shake a tree branch?
Oh, I've been doing this for years.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
back when he was on Smith Family Robinson, or Swiss Family Robinson.
Because when you prank someone, like you're walking under a tree and you just like hit the branch and it gets them all wet. It's
I
basically the
also
same.
never did that to someone.
It's the same concept.
It's a guy thing. I don't
Okay.
know that.
And you know what? It's light post season.
Oh, it is.
Lamp post season, baby.
Yeah, it's getting warm real fast.
Have you been running in any lamp post shade?
I haven't.
In the morning, it's almost impossible.
No.
No, the morning's the good time because it's like
Long shadows?
elongates the shadows. Yeah.
I don't know. I always think of it like like that 7 o'clock at night where it's kind of getting.
You could do it. I did it this morning. I did it when I was walking.
Are
this
you running
morning.
more evening lately?
Yeah. I'll do like Monday, Tuesdays in the evening, Thursday, Friday in the morning, Saturday in the morning. So.
And I heard from a neighbor that you're going to start a bicycle train to school.
Yeah, I need to organize that. Bike bus.
Yeah, bike bus. That's it. I said bike train, but
Yeah.
it's bike bus.
So it's like other countries do it in some other cities. But
I was
it's
going to think
basically-
though, but in Baltimore, it's probably a small window of time that you can do bike busing.
Like, what do you mean?
Like the winter, you're not going to be bike busing, right?
Oh, no, I'm going to do it.
In the rain.
Yeah, rain would be tough because a lot of kids don't have waterproof gear, but definitely.
And what
Cold
constitutes a bike bus?
So basically, the concept is if you live in a city with, say, a school that's in the city, it's like bike party in Baltimore where you just have a group of cyclists and it's just kids. You have adults leading in the front and back, and then you take over the street on the way to school. But the concept of a bike bus is a little bit different because not everybody meets the starting point. You basically build a route that goes around the neighborhood, and then kids can jump on the cycling route, and then you just go to school basically. And it's a cool way because, a lot of kids or parents don't feel comfortable.
And then biking.
Right. But it's like, I think it started in Barcelona, and now there's some other cities that do it. I know there's one in Portland that's pretty big, like a couple hundred kids.
Portland.
And they do it. Yeah, Portland's no
Sounds
surprise. Baltimore's basically Portland, just like not as crazy.
Yeah.
Like it has the same artistic vibe. Like
I will tell you what, like going to even like we could be I guess a part of Brooklyn. You know how they have like different areas of Brooklyn? Mm-hmm. Baltimore could fit right into like being just a part of Brooklyn.
it's basically like Austin or Portland or any of those places before they got, I don't know, commercial. I don't even know what you call it.
Oversaturated.
Yeah, oversaturated.
Yeah. I still feel like this is, it is funny because Lowe's been here for a while. He's like, you love Baltimore. I'm like, I do. I just see all the potential. Like this city has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
There's a bike bus thing going on now. I've heard
There's gonna be, yeah. It's running. It's the East Coast running capital.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'd like to call it that.
Let's coin
I
that.
think Herms might be moving here at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be smart for him.
Which, speaking of Baltimore, I want to give one shout out to Pat Blair, former Grit winner.
By the way, I saw him the other day. That dude looks like he's going feral.
Oh, he shaved his.
Yeah, he's shaved up and he's just like super skinny. He was in the woods.
Dude, he's a psycho. So, did you hear what he did?
No.
Yesterday?
Something. Did he run to Canada or
Close.
something? And back?
So former elevation winner of Grit and ran a marathon every day for Grit. He's a psycho. He just set the FKT fastest known time for the 4-state challenge yesterday.
Whoa.
He just went
That's
out.
69 miles or something like that?
It's 45 miles.
Okay.
But it basically is Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia.
And it's like rocky. It's not good
Horrible
terrain
trail.
at all.
He did it in 6:55, with 7,000 feet of elevation.
That's crazy.
That might have been the picture I saw, and he looked like he was
that
crazy. His eyes were all wide open.
Yeah. I think that was the one. But no, that's a big FKT. Like, I think one of the dudes, I think John Kelly, who's one of the premier ultra runners, and I think won Barclays or finished Barclays before. I think he had the FKT before. So that's it.
I'm kind of surprised
deal.
that Pat hasn't gone to like a bigger stage to try to start taking stuff.
That is interesting, yeah, because he is pretty fast. Wins a lot of like local stuff.
Anything that he signs up for, pretty much.
He pretty much just does stuff around here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'll have to ask him about that.
We could send him out. Remember how Arc'teryx wanted somebody? We send him.
Yeah.
You're saying they want
Or
beginners.
Adidas Terex, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was Adidas that wants
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Oh no,
Arc'teryx.
it's a very confusing thing. I've actually heard, and I don't know if this is true. Maybe someone listening. I've heard that the person who came up with the Adidas Terex thing was like got fired. Like, I've heard it through the grapevine that it was like, which might not be true, but because it was so close to Arc'teryx, like it was, but the whole thing was already rolled out, like before, like it could be pulled back, and it was like, and for this reason, is a huge cluster F because it's
Yeah.
Adidas Terex, Arc'teryx, not great.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to ask someone from Adidas if that's actually true.
I don't think you would get an answer.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like they're just showing us now that it was Adidas, not Adidas in the beginning. What did they say the reason behind changing that name?
The company was
Yeah, it started off ADAD.
It already existed or something.
interesting.
They had to add an I.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
It is good. It's good to be back in Baltimore. We are excited for Global Run Day, where we're doing a run crew thing.
That's gonna be fun.
With Charm City
Yeah.
Run and the other running groups in Baltimore. It should be a ton of fun. It's in that Patterson Park, so maybe you can shake a leaf if it's
Shake a branch if it's
it's got some rain.
Yeah. Trust me on this
cool off
one.
a lot of people. Yeah.
Trust me on this one. The tree shower will like blow your mind.
Shower.
We're also giving out a bunch of Gooders and Brooks swag. So if you haven't yet, go to our socials, or Robbie will put a link in the notes as well to register. You don't even have to have a crew or a team. You can just register and invite some friends and come hang out. But basically the challenge is we're going to see.
There's going to be food and drinks too.
Yeah. Who can
Free.
run the most mile loops in 90 minutes?
So it's not like a speed thing. It's just a multiple. So the bigger your group is, the better chance you have of
What's the date for that?
doing it. June 5th.
Global Running Day, June 5. It's a Wednesday.
It's going to be so much fun.
You better be there. Okay. And so there's that. Anything else that we have coming up that people should come to? Obviously, we already talked about the Salomon event.
Yeah.
Definitely come to our shakeout runs there. We'll have all that
We're
information.
going to have an ASICS summer tour events coming up soon. Meg will put a calendar together so everybody can know what cities they're going to be in this year. I think that Robbie, you and I and Carl even may show up at some of these. Not all of them,
Yeah.
but some of them.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
should be fun.
Yeah.
But the Baltimore one, you don't even have to live in Baltimore if you want to join this one. We're going to be giving out Gooders. There's going to be free food and drinks, Brooks swag, and then bragging rights, because they're going to take whichever crew does win, they're going to take that and put it on a trophy and display it at the Fells Point Charm City
Oh, that's cool. Nice
store.
All right.
And don't forget to sign up for Grit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
else?
Mom.